I'm Eric Novak, and coming up on this next review, I'm going to take a look at the all-new 2018 Kia Rio. Despite the ongoing trend in North American car purchasing towards crossovers, SUVs, larger vehicles, you might say in general, there always has been and there always will be a demand for subcompact, smaller vehicles, either as a secondary vehicle in the family or for young drivers or for people driving in urban settings where there's tight roads and limited or less available parking. Kia has always understood this, and since 2000, the Rio subcompact has been a successful part of their overall model lineup. For the 2018 model year, they have launched their 4th generation Rio. It's new and improved, and it's the feature on our test drive this time around. The new exterior look on the 2018 Rio does differentiate itself from the previous generation. There are some distinctive features. This Rio, of course, has the now signature tiger shark grille, although it's sort of thinner, wider, and it's black matte versus what you'd see with sort of a mesh pattern in other Kias that use it. The overall dimensions compared to the previous generation, the wheelbase has been extended a bit more for interior comfort. The overall length is slightly longer, and it is slightly shorter and wider, but I think some of the more visual things have less to do with that and more to do with things like the rib belt line. It's very straight horizontal sort of dimensions and appearance. The C-pillar here is even a little bit thinner, a little more upright too. There's less of an overhang here at the back. It's subtle but definitely distinctive, and it's a nice looking car on the exterior overall. So under the hood of the 2018 Rio, you have a naturally aspirated 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine. It's more or less the same engine as you see in the Kia Niro, but it's configured differently. It's giving you 130 horsepower, 119 pound-feet of torque. It's pretty fuel efficient too. You're looking at a combined fuel economy of 7.4 liters per 100 kilometers. That works out to 32 US miles per gallon, and you know, it's kind of peppy too. This is only a 2,700 pound vehicle, so with light and a decent displacement, it's got some pep. I mean, this isn't going to be your racer here or anything like that, but for the type of vehicle it is, this powertrain, yeah, it does fine. People may want a small car, but they still may have need to transport stuff, so your cargo space has got to be factored in. And in the Kia Rio here for 2018, it's not bad. It's 17.4 cubic feet of cargo space is what you get with the second row seats up. If you put the second row seats down, you'll get about 32.8 cubic feet. That's going to give you, with the second row seats up, you'll put maybe 2 sets of golf clubs in there. I'm guessing maybe 1 hockey bag. There's probably, I'm thinking, 2 or 3 of those grocery bins. So, I mean, it's not a full-size cargo carrier, but it's not bad. Well, subcompact cars are just that. They are subcompact. And that means there's going to be some sacrifices. And I think here it's with your second row seating. You can have as much as 33.5 inches of leg room. But, you know, most adults, if they're probably regular size, are going to be stretching back. And you know, my driver's seat, it's stretched back further. The one here on the passenger side is pushed up a bit and my knees are buckled up. 38.5 inches of headroom is okay. I'm not complaining too much about that. But, you know, if you want rear second row space and room to move around, you might want to move a little bit up in size, but that comes with the territory with a subcompact. Looking looking at the interior of the 2018 Rio, it's not bad. It's good in the sense that there's a lot of buttons. It's a very tactile experience. Now that may be lending itself to the fact that this isn't a high-end car where electronics and touchscreens are all the rage, but with the fact that your HVAC controls are very easy to identify, there's a tactile feel, same with your navigation and audio controls. Even on the steering wheel, the overall layout visually is very typical with a Peter Schreier Kia type design, and that's a good thing. There's a couple things I'm not in love with, I have to admit. The driving position is something that I've struggled my entire weekend driving this in finding a seating position that's been really comfortable for me. It's, you know, there's not a power adjustable seating configuration here. This is not something that's available, and because of that, even on long drives, I've really struggled to get to that really comfortable position. I've had my right leg fatigued more than one time, and that's not been the greatest thing. Overall, though, it's certainly good for the price point with a couple of issues, but not bad overall on the inside of the 2018 Rio. So I'm driving a Canadian spec model, and one of the good things about a Canadian spec model is that standard on all Rios is heated front passenger seats and a heated steering wheel. You know, something that is pretty important for us on the north side of the 49th, because hey, we have 4 distinct seasons, which does include some cold weather in there. Now it is an option in US spec Rios to have the heated seats and as well as the heated steering wheel, but it's a standard option for all Canadian spec ones, and that's a real good thing for me. Not everybody in the new car market is looking for either a crossover or an SUV. And for those who see a subcompact vehicle as the right choice for them, be they urban drivers or downsizers or secondary car buyers, whatever the case may be, this 2018 Kia Rio 5-door makes a pretty compelling argument as to why it should be given full consideration. There's a lot to like about what's inside this vehicle, and the price point isn't too bad either. When you're getting in at a base at around $14,000, both in the US and Canada, a little over $18,000 at the top end in the States, and in Canada you get about $23,500 for a loaded EX with Navi, heated seats, heated steering wheel. That's going to be a decent amount of car for not a lot of money. I think this vehicle is going to do quite well, and if you're in this category, go check it out. That's it for this review. For EnviroDad.com, I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and you know, I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.